What we see in this video is a lot of Naama and her face bloodied around her eye especially, and we hear her voice, and she's speaking to the Hamas terrorists in English, saying, "I have friends in Palestine." And that would make sense because of what I've gotten to know about Naama, and what you've told me is that she was a big supporter of peace between the two sides. She participated in the Hands of Peace movement. What did you think when you heard her say those words, "I have friends in Palestine"?
Yeah, I said, yeah, you said, I heard her, saying whatever she thought was right at that moment to fight for her life. And I was thinking, I knew that if she had a chance, that's what she was going to say, because it's true, because she was part of a youth program promoting peace. She met with, when she was on a delegation to California, she met with different youth from Israel, Palestine, Jewish Americans. And, I think at those moments, she couldn't even believe that she was in this situation. And she was trying to say, whatever she could to explain, spare my life.
This is now the second. This is now the second video, Ayelet, that you've had to speak to of your daughter from that day. The first really came to symbolize the sexual abuse and rape of women committed by Hamas on October 7th, in that now infamous video of Naama being pulled out of a Jeep in Gaza, pulled out by her hair, and her sweatpants bloodied, really caused a lot of concern about the risk to these women and what they face in Gaza. And in this video, we hear one of the terrorists say, here are girls who can get pregnant. What was your reaction when you heard those words?
Well, these are our fears. They were just putting to words and in our faces the exact things that we fear. We see the violence in that video, in those two videos. We see the implied, maybe sexual violence in spoken words and in what we see. And we were just, I feel like, what more can we say? What more is there to explain how the situation is? They have no time. We need to bring them home now. It should have been 7 months ago. So I'm just scared. I'm hurting for her, and I'm frustrated maybe the main word, because we don't feel like the negotiations are being mobilized as they should be, in order to bring them back.
That leads me to my next question, because I know there had been a lot of debate among these 5 families in particular of the girls who were there in the video with Naama about what to do with this particular video, when to release it, and you ultimately decided to do it today. I want to read a statement that one of the parents gave as an explanation why. The video serves as an indictment for a national failure and the abandoning of the hostages. There is no greater task, no victory more significant, and no chance to return home to Israel without bringing them all home, the living to recovery, and the murdered to be buried. Do you think that your government right now is doing everything they can, is prioritizing what you say is an ongoing terror attack in bringing Naama and all of the other hostages home?
What I think is that I'm not feeling that this is the top priority as it should be, as there's no question about it, because of this being an ongoing terror attack that has not been resolved. And what we see in that video represents what has been going on since for them. So if we have been going through these past 2 weeks where there's not been a meeting of the cabinet in order to discuss further negotiation. And we feel that time and time again, the negotiations are not proceeding due to different reasons. Obviously, the Hamas have their part of it that is so obvious, but 2 weeks that this has not been handled and other things have been on the front, this cannot be a side story. And so, yes, I think this is this video that we agonized over if we should be, having it published, etc. And some of the families didn't even, some of the family members didn't even watch it until now. I think it should be shown to citizens in order to promote this, to mobilize our government to put this in the top priority and to move ahead and bring them all home.
Is it true that some members of the government did not want to watch this video?
Yes, it's true. This is what has been in the media. The ministers and members of the government were asked to watch a version of this video in their meetings, and some of them refused and said, we want to sleep okay at night, so we don't want to watch this now. So if this is the reaction, when their duty is to watch all these materials of October 7th and everything from that point on, this is their job, so they can make correct decisions, then, we think that we should just put it out there for our citizens and for the world to see. This is what they were facing. This is the terror attack, and this has been going on because they have not returned home yet.
They did not want to watch this video so that they could sleep at night. Meantime, it's been 229 nights that you've had that have been sleepless, waiting for Naama and others to come home. Ayelet, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for telling us about Naama. She is much more than what happened to her on October 7th. She's a woman who promotes peace. That is what she wanted.